What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video today. So we're gonna go over the supplements that I used to quit kratom and to get sleep, and that is here. These are the four main ones that I used. I'm obviously not sponsored by any of these because I only have like 13 subscribers, but the first one is this shit by Natural Vitality Calm. It's basically just a magnesium supplement that you mix into water, and then you drink it, obviously. I don't really know how well that one worked compared to the other ones, because I just took them all at the same time, so it's kind of hard to say. This is ashwagandha with L-theanine. It's like the generic CVS brand. I think that helped. I don't really know. Again, I don't really know if any of this actually worked. The one that I know definitely worked was the CBD oil. It's a full spectrum CBD oil. I got it at a smoke shop. There's probably better places to buy it, but that definitely helped. I would just drip it right under my tongue and hold it there for like 45 seconds. And then like drink it down with some water. Felt way better. I was able to sleep. And then we have valerian root. This shit, the first time I ever took valerian root, it was during a really bad bout of insomnia. Maybe like a year ago. And that was long before I was dealing with the kratom withdrawals, but that shit just knocked the insomnia right out. I'd take that pass the fuck out. Now let me show you some shit you shouldn't take if you're fucking going through kratom withdrawal. And that is this kind of shit. Fucking like NyQuil. Alright? Don't take this shit. That's not gonna help you. And do not take Benadryl or anything with diphenhydramine. Because these two have antihistamines in them. And basically that doesn't help you at all. That will just make your problem way worse. Actually, the other night I was taking Benadryl when I had my my allergic reaction to kava, and I actually couldn't sleep because that shit gave me restless leg syndrome like a motherfucker. So, yeah, I would not recommend to take Benadryl if you're going through kratom withdrawal and you're trying to get sleep. That shit sucks. It won't help. It will give you restless leg syndrome really bad. Which I think in the first couple nights was part of why I couldn't sleep, was just because of like severe restless legs. I felt like I had to move my legs around. And like my arms. It's just everywhere. What else? That's pretty much it. I didn't include kava. Kava definitely helped though. I just decided not to include it because, for one, I threw the batch away that I had because I was having an allergic reaction. And then overall, I just want to caution you guys about kava. People online, it's kind of hotly debated like whether or not it's good or bad for your liver. But I think the general consensus is that if you're taking medications that are processed by your liver, or you know, if you're taking like cough medicine, or if you're drinking or anything like that, do not take kava, because it is metabolized in the liver. That could be dangerous. You don't want to run the risk of something like cirrhosis or hepatitis. That is not something you want to deal with. You know, kratom withdrawals are bad, but not as bad as hepatitis, I don't think. So, you should be careful if you're going to use kava. Also be aware that some people, a really small amount of people, are allergic to kava, or you could have an allergic reaction to it. So I highly recommend being careful with it, taking it slowly. In my previous video, I remember I said something like, "Oh yeah, kava's not addictive." Like, it's definitely not. Dude, I started using it way too much though. Honestly, like, I started using it all the time. which actually might be why I had that reaction to it. just because I was kind of doing the addict thing, which is like trying to chase the high. Because I mean, it really does feel good. But yeah, luckily I had that reaction that was enough to throw me off it. Yeah, one thing I'm realizing is that addiction is not something confined to one substance. You have to be careful with everything. So I would caution you even with the supplements, because some of them do. I mean, they're not going to get you high, but you get some kind of like neurological effect from them, from using them. So I would just even like urge caution with that. And then, you know, don't try to use them sparingly and when you need to, because you want to kind of teach your body to go to sleep naturally again. If you can't do that, then going forward it's going to be a lot harder to sleep. So you want to kind of like use it when you really need to. Like if you really need to sleep that night, because you got to work tomorrow or you got something to do, use it on those kinds of nights. I wouldn't use those every single night to go to sleep, because the problem is you'll kind of become dependent on them to sleep normal, which that's happened to me before with melatonin. That shit is, it's not even addictive. It's just like you can't sleep if you don't take it. So you're almost like dependent on it, which is so weird because it's just like a normal hormone that your body produces, or at least it's supposed to be. And it's just so peculiar. Oh, you know what? I'm going to finish this video outside because it's just a beautiful day today. I need to get some sunlight. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I would caution to not over-rely on these supplements to sleep. Because that will be your biggest problem, honestly, when you're first getting off the kratom. Anyway, also, what's the day today? It's Wednesday, June 21st, and oh, wow, it's been, I mean, I haven't even been keeping track of how many days anymore, but I think it's been like well over 2 weeks now since I quit. The withdrawals are gone completely. I'm not having to take all those supplements anymore, although I do have some insomnia and sleep issues anyway, so I do keep them around just in case. But anyway, just I'm feeling way better off the kratom, ready to get back to the gym, ready to get my normal life started. So that was just a brief update. I know there's a homie commenting in my previous videos asking for these supplement recommendations, so that's pretty much what I'd recommend. You can take the Natural Calm Magnesium, or I don't really think you need to take that particular brand. You can just take any magnesium, and that'll help. It also helps with restless legs. CBD oil, fantastic for getting to sleep, or if you're struggling with anxiety, panic and stuff like that, great for that as well. And then what else? Oh, valerian root, that stuff totally works. And then the ashwagandha and L-theanine. I don't really know if that works or not. Again, because that was something new. I had tried all the other ones, and I knew they worked, but I had never tried the ashwagandha before. It did work for me, as far as I'm aware. But again, that could be attributed to the other three. And then my final recommendation, if you can be careful with it, you can go ahead and try the kava, because that stuff will knock you out. But again, I urge caution, because it can be damaging to your liver if you already have liver problems, or if you're taking medications that affect your liver, or if you drink. So be really cautious with that. And then also just take it easy with the kava if you're going to go that route. Take one dose, wait half an hour, see how you feel, and then try another. Because if you start doing it too much, there's another weird thing from kava, which actually might have been what my reaction was. It's called mast cell activation syndrome, and it pretty much triggers a immunoallergic response, and your your immune system, and you will break out into these gnarly hives and rashes, get a fever, you'll feel sick, you'll be bloated, you just won't feel good. So I urge caution with it. However, it did help. It did work for me. So Anyway, I think I'm going to cut this video here. But, stay subscribing, stay tuned. I'll be back soon. Just updating on general life stuff. And, again, showing how a life clean of substances can be enjoyable, can be happy, it can be peaceful. And then I also really want to do stuff about meditation and mindfulness, because that's been, honestly, if you really want to know, that's one of the best ways to deal with this stuff. And if you're in the middle of a kratom withdrawal, or if you're in the middle of withdrawing from any drugs, or you're in the middle of an active addiction, if you're coming down or withdrawing, just know that it's temporary. You'll feel better at the end of it, and you can get through it, and it's worth it. And if you're actively addicted, take your time and think things through and figure out if that's what you really want to do. A life without addiction is a happy life. So anyway, I'm going to cut it here. Y'all have a good one.